Oh, the demon says it's the proto-culture.
Alright, well, there we go. Took one episode for that smugness to be wiped away. Hey everybody, welcome back to the Stoneface Reactions. I'm Theta, this is Lessons, and we are back with another episode of Macross Delta, where I have been vindicated for most of my theories. I mean, maybe later.
Not for me, though. Call up Ernest Johnson to give you his special service.
Well, he's got a big fist. It'll help.
Yeah.
Also, it's green.
Earnest, I guess. Yeah. Anyway.
You're the one that brings it up. You went on a weird tangent. I talked about characters' weird O-faces, and you're the one who wants to talk about Ernest Johnson and his hand jobs.
Yeah, no. Anyway, I still have a cold. Delta episode 5 out of 6 episodes that we watched, because we watched the first one twice. Out of 3 times you could have watched it.
Well, we've watched 5 episodes, and now we're about to watch episode 5.
Yeah.
It's literally very easy to keep track of. The number of episodes we've watched equals the episode number that we're on. We watched the first episode twice, then we just watched episode 4, which means we're 1 plus 4, so we're on episode 5, and have watched 5 episodes.
No, the math, it math.
You paused, which is the time that I need to explain it then, because if you're pausing, everybody else is fucking pausing.
No, I get it. The math does add up. Yeah, you're absolutely right.
Clip that. You're absolutely right. Boom. Made that a sound clip so I can play that on Discord.
Yeah. That's something I'm going to regret forever and ever and amen.
Then, the next time I see you pausing, looking up, and like opening your mouth about to say something, I'm just going to hit the Discord voice button and say, "You're absolutely right." And then I'm going to move on.
Yeah. Or you make it easier. We just look at the episode number and -1, and that's how many episodes we have watched.
No, I just did the math for you, and that's wrong. If you said the episode number and -1, we'll have watched 4 episodes. We just covered the fact that we watched 5 episodes based on my math. If we just got done watching episode 4, and we watched an extra episode, which is the 0.89. So it's literally 4 plus 1.
5.
Yes, not
you were right the first
not current episode -1, which would be 4. You see, this is why I explained the math to you the first time, because I was. What was the words?
Yeah, you're absolutely right. Not gonna say it again.
Absolutely right.
No. You got me once, not happening again.
Not gonna give me a sampler pack? Okay.
No.
All right. Anyway, now that we've covered the math twice, that's exactly how many episodes we're on. People will be riveted in their seats based on the number of episodes that we've watched. They'll think 5, and it'll be like, no, wait, they're watching 5. It couldn't have been 5, and then we'll have explained to them twice how it is 5. Math. That's what people came to watch the show for.
Yeah. And I'm now seeing math, as we already established multiple times.
All right, so Windermere is declaring war on the nuns, which is a great thing to say. If you haven't established what show we were watching, Windermere itself sounds like a old-timey name, like Victorian England. Like we're watching some weird season of Downton Abbey where the Windermeres have declared war on the nuns.
Yeah. Which, by the way, stands for New United Nations, not,
Windermere has been doing human sacrifices in the basement. That's really what they're talking about, the downstairs people. And the nuns have been kind of against it the whole time, and they finally got word with the Pope, and the Pope was like, we can't give you anything. You're going to have to take care of it yourselves. So they sent the nuns in. The Windermere started fucking singing, and, the nuns can't handle singing, not unless you're from the Swiss Alps and you really love the sound of music.
Yeah. Well, that one meme when she's dancing with submachine guns firing, but that's...
Never saw that. I mean, I know the scene it's probably referring to. It's literally the trailer scene where hands are like this, and she's like, the heels are alive, So I assume the meme must have guns in those hands when she's spinning, which wouldn't make much sense. There's nobody else in the scene with her.
Sometimes you just gotta let it fly.
Like the bullets from her submachine guns.
Exactly.
I guess you could clip her out of that scene and do a pan back shot from what's the Gun Kata movie? The Gun Kata movie, the one that invented the word Gun Kata.
Yeah.
Equilibrium. Sorry, it took me a minute to get there.
Yeah, with Christian Bale.
Clip her out from that and put her into Equilibrium. So replacing Christian Bale. So he's doing the weird Gun Kata moves, and just she's spinning and dancing and killing everybody in the room.
Yeah. And splitting a bishop in the middle, by the middle. With his katana.
Well, obviously you couldn't cut the one scene to the other, because I guess maybe she's...
That's what Christian Bale does.
Although you could cut her from that also into the breakdance fighting scene from... I can see all the...
From breakdancing?
No, from... No, it's the fashion... It's the comedy movie, the fashion one, fashion models.
One with the look.
With Ben Stiller? Blue Steel.
Blue Steel, yeah.
But it's not the name of the movie. I just can't remember the movie.
Yeah, I know. The House for Ants movie, yeah.
Yeah. There's the breakdance fighting at the end where the DJ is playing the song that activates... I was almost there, because I think his name was the name of the movie. But,
yeah.
Anyway, it activates him to kill the Malaysian Prime Minister, and he's in the booth with him. They're both breakdance fighting each other while trying to get the right song to play.
I know the movie you're talking about.
Well, we've said every element of the plot of it. I can't think of the damn movie.
We're both blanking out on the title.
Mugato was the name of the enemy, played by Will Ferrell.
The more I try, the worse it gets. It's not Mystery Men, because Mystery Men is another movie with Ben Stiller that has nothing to do with that.
Zoolander. Zoolander. I had to look up the name Mugato because I couldn't remember anything else. Well, I think we've talked about everything but Macross at this point.
Yeah.
So let's go ahead and get on into it.
But before we get started,
make sure that you hit the like button,
hit that subscribe button,
comment down below to feed that algorithm.
On top of all that, if you want to watch more shows like this,
unfiltered,
uncensored,
and uncut,
as well as some early access stuff,
you can check it out over on the Patreon.
It's just $5 a month, but hey, no pressure.
There's zero pressure in order to do that. It's just a little bit of extra support, and it would be greatly appreciated.
西暦2012年、人類は宇宙移民を開始、生存可能な惑星を発見し、入植を始めた。
Yeah, I mean, this is basically the same map as before.
それらの惑星の中には、先住民が存在するものも少なくなかった。それはかつて、高度な文明でこの銀河に君臨したプロトカルチャー。彼らの生み出した子供たちが数十万年の時を経て相まみえるということでもあった。
すべてのプロトカルチャーの古代、我がウィンダミア王国は新統合政府に対し宣戦を布告する。ど
うして
40年前、新統合政府は我らウィンダミア人に手を差し伸べるふりをして近づいた。だがその仮面の下に悪魔のような素顔を隠していたのだ。彼らは巧みに不平等条約を締結、利益の独占を図った。長い苦難の時代に我らは7年前、この横暴に対し立ち上がり、母なる空を奪い返すことに成功した。だがこのブリージンガル救助聖団に彼らがいる限り、真の平和は訪れない。
Okay, so we've established
立ち上がれ。
the area
そして自由な
of the fight.
翼で飛び立つのだ。
Get it? Because all our stuff is bird focused.
Yes.
I mean, to be fair.
And now I hate it.
To be fair, I think I'm on their side.
Yeah, that's the thing. I hate it.
What do you mean?
Again, this is something that's a much larger theme of these shows. Same thing in 79. Same thing in Destiny. That I'm.
What? That they're poignant about problems?
No, that the people who are fighting for freedom are set up as the bad guys.
Well, no, they're set up or established as the bad guys before you understand their motivations.
They're still the bad guys. Going to be still the bad guys, though.
Well, no.
The show is going to set them up as the bad guys.
No. They're the antagonists. That doesn't make them bad guys. That's why I often describe the people as the protagonists in, say, Gundam Seed. They are not the side that I agree with. They're the side the show focuses and sides with. So they're the protagonists. I don't say they're the heroes, because I don't fucking believe that they're heroes.
Well, the show sells us as heroes. Whether you believe them to be heroes or not.
Again, that's why I'm saying protagonists, though. Same thing here. These guys, Windermere is our antagonists. I do not believe them to be our villains.
They just went back to, I guess they went back to base.
Well, yeah, if they have the capital locked down, what are you going to do? Although it is weird that we just went back and didn't cover anything that happened during. Also, the weird variance of what you're referring to as the doors. Yeah, that door was way too small for him.
Five-dimensional gun.
Well, you know, fold breach things that we covered back in the Frontier.
動きから見てこいつがダーウェントの白騎士だな。白騎士？空中騎士団に代々
Yeah, it means he's a real stand for women.
白？黒じゃねえの？
Wait, what? I think I missed a line there.
へえ。腐れ縁ってやつか。
もしかしてウィンダミアにおったんかね？
ああ、7年前独立戦争の時にな。
I visited in the sense that they kicked me off of the planet.
じゃあこれまでのバールの暴動は全部？
いいえ。
Yep.
彼らが関与しているのはその一部。強力な生体フォールド波が探知されたものだけと本部は見ているわ。今までのは実験。
そして今回ただのボートとしてではなく統制の。
Meaning that they have focused Bar Syndrome, but Bar Syndrome is also happening on its own elsewhere.
惑星ボルドールでも新統合軍の多くが操られ、ほぼ無血降伏だったらしい。
戦わずして一つの星を。
一体どうやって？
歌が聞こえたわ。
Well, it's finally happened, though. We've weaponized the idols. And I don't mean this, I mean the other side.
痛かった。あれは男の子の声。
I don't know why I said it finally happened. That was the Shero, the Sharon Apple thing.
要さんにも聞こえたのか？
はい。天使か悪魔か。あれだけのバールを一瞬で虜にしてしまうなんて感動的じゃない？
That gives me villain vibes. Like, is he impressive? Like,
I mean, it could be impressive even if it's bad. Again, explain the goddamn necklace. Must be the doctor. Sorry, the fact that they're so strong and everything, that they have such short lifespans, starting to sound like Dragon Ball Z. It's a legend about one Windemirian that's going to become so powerful.
I mean, to their people, they're heroes.
Well, again, we don't see them as the villains either, so to us, they're probably also heroes.
風の歌によるバールの制御に成功。西風圏確立に向けての一歩を無事踏み出しました。しかし、ハインツ様が予想をかけてしまい、時の神殿を含む遺跡の能力解明にもまだ時間がかかる。
The Shrine of Time, indicating that time travel is actually a thing.
風は必ず吹く。地球人どもに滅びをもたらす風が。
Okay, so maybe the white thing isn't another race. That or he's a half-breed.
Or it could be a sign of age.
Or a sign of the disease. Maybe it's a cross-species thing. Maybe a disease that they have that affects other people expresses itself as the VAR syndrome.
Oh, the difference is the proto-culture.
Alright, well, there we go. Took one episode for that smugness to be wiped away.
いよいよだな、カシム。はい。ですが我々は翼を繕えるのに7
So I guess they think that they are the true follow-up because they have protocultural ruins?
Yeah.
Well, wait until they meet. Wait, they've already met the humans.
Yeah.
Master Hellman. もうマスターではない。この遊び、いつまで続けるつもりだ？
もちろん、マスターから一本取るまで。あ、そうだ。
I mean, time is on your side. I'm an old man and you're a kid.
俺はルン。
裏切り者の臭い風です。
いい年をしてルンを抑え。
I don't know what that word meant.
Bad smelling, malodorous.
Oh, malodorous.
Malodorous, yeah.
I saw like a malodorous or something like that.
依頼内容の変更？
ラグナー政権自治組織連合からの要請だ。今までの依頼はバールによる暴動への対応のみ。そこにウィンダミア王国の侵攻に対する防衛任務が与えられた。
Why? They don't want to be forced to be part of the.
Why? There's no negative consequence for being a part of them.
Well, for the same reason, you know what? These people are liberating themselves supposedly from the Windermere. They don't want to be part of Windermere. Maybe they have more benefits with being part of the Nuns.
We don't know that. I'm saying, ask them to leave and you won't have any conflict. As far as we know, it's just the one fucking ship. Ask the one fucking ship to leave, then they won't fight.
Also,
here.
they've been causing terrorist attacks and what the like, so they probably killed a lot of people.
We haven't seen that here. That was on Al Shalal. That's not this place. This is Ragnar.
Yeah, but okay, somebody who's done terrorist attacks before, saying that could come for you. You're gonna be like, well, yeah, that's fine. You killed other people with terrorism and diseases, but we're just gonna lay down and let you do it to us as well.
Well, they're not though.
Why not?
Literally, that's the point I'm saying. The fight won't happen here if you ask them to leave. You ask one ship to leave, they won't perform terrorism on you. You ask them to stay. You ask them to stay. The fight will happen here.
But if they leave, then they have no defenses, which means they get conquered by the Windermerians. They don't want to be conquered by.
They're not going to be conquered. They're not conquering. They're liberating.
That's what they're claiming that they're doing.
Yes.
That's not the same thing as actually what they're doing.
Literally, my point is, you're saying if they leave and people with guns come, you're not going to have any defenses. Guess what? You're not going to have any defenses when they come with guns anyway. Your defenses are the other guys. However, it seems like they won't come if these guys aren't here. This is your best. Your best defense is literally the Predator defense, which is he doesn't seem to attack us if we're not holding guns.
Except that they declare that they're going to liberate the entire cluster, and this planet is in the cluster, which means
they're liberating the cluster by getting rid of the people that are here from the nuns. They declared war on the nuns, not on us.
But they might say want to be part of the nuns.
You're acting on what ifs, not on the evidence that's been presented.
Well, what we said is that they committed acts of terrorism and took
to
over
attack the nuns. They've only attacked the nuns. They've used nearby resources, which is to say the people around it, but they've only attacked the nuns. No nuns, no attack.
And those attacks are being
I feel like also we need to hold this conversation to the end of the episode because we've talked over a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
So just remember to bring it up again, because I probably won't. Remember, that is. It's weird, because I just got through this whole thing about rules with the link click. The first episode.
なあミラージュ、お前人間相手に戦争したことあるか？
Not old enough. Oh yeah, I guess internal fighting.
ジャック少尉は
似たようなもんだ。
ウィンダミア独立戦争のことは次元兵器が使われ停戦。
Oh, that's right. It says after Frontier.
さあな、俺も詳しくは。
先日の宣戦布告の中では統合政府が搾取しようとしたと。
違う星同士が付き
Damn, Lacus. Not Lacus. What was his name? Frontier.
Frontier, Cherry Apple?
No, L name.
Franca? L name in Frontier.
Yeah, he was part of the family of the company that developed the weapon that was a little
Luca.
dimensional.
Luca, yeah.
Lacus and Luca are so close in my head. Damn, Luca. Exploding your way into new shows.
ほんまやね。いやー、参った。
Okay, not what I was thinking. That was to be the angry mob or something like, there she is, get her! Sorry, little kid throwing up the W signs.
This is character assassination.
Well, no, it's questions.
Yeah, but the implication is that she's a bad guy, right?
Well, yeah, that's
she's
what
a
they were saying on the
spy.
news. Yeah, I'm sure they didn't see you. Even though you're in front of the counter. Literally in front of the cameras. You're 20 feet away from the building. You need to work on some of that.
無理してんじゃねえか。角青いまんまだぞ。嘘つくならもっとうまくつけ。強がってんのが見え
When did you lie? She didn't say anything.
みえみえ、みんなにも？
まるっきりバレバレ。
Oh, let's talk about the lie that I pointed out before, which is about the whole... The mayor told me to get married and I ran away.
Yeah.
Oh, the lie again. Okay, that denotes the generation gap then.
しかも当時2つの種族は戦争状態にあったそうです。
In case you didn't know that there was these two.
Well, to be fair, some of these shows separated from this.
Yeah.
で、だからどうした？とても立派な私のおじい様とおばあ様のように、あなたも2つの種族の架け橋になりなさい。
Worked back then.
Yeah.
Hell, in fact, if you had a kid, it would probably activate the protoculture ruins. They're all down for that.
聞いたぞ。お前のじいちゃんとばあちゃんって伝説の天才エースパイロットなんだってな。
Guess you didn't inherit that shit, did you?
あなたはどうするんです？デルタ小隊に残るんですか？
今関係ねえだろ。
残りませんよね。ラグナは海猫だらけですし、猫アレルギーですし、野良海猫にも負けっぱなしですし。
次は絶対勝つ。
さあ、どうかしら。
ゲロかぶったくせに。
は
あ By you, you jackass.
はあ、もうめんどくせえ。行くぞフレイヤ。
どこに行くね？
いいところだよ。
By the way, still 20 feet outside the building. All these news reporters can't find them.
でっかるじゃん。でもいいんかね、勝手に飛んで。
いいんだよ、自主練だ。それにこういう時はスカッとしねえとな。
Why you not wearing a helmet though, dude?
Remember, you didn't have to. We covered that already when they were talking about how they made modifications. Although there is a second helmet he's supposed to wear during fights.
Yeah.
The one that doesn't have any visual for him.
Yeah.
Should have guessed that last episode. When you were
Well,
both...
she wasn't flying with him. He was fine, but she was.
Well, then you should have guessed that when he caught you in his fist in the Valkyrie, and you were both flying in the skies.
Yeah, but that was in Ragnar. That was in another planet.
Well,
So
then
technically, she's right.
Then you
He's technically right. which
should
is the
stop
best kind of
arguing
right.
with me and just accept the premise of my argument. Why are you wearing your seatbelt? Or whatever
Yeah,
it's called in
apparently
a plane. Harness.
Honestly. I do like the fact that the show is showing that there's a, that the Earth is just going to planets that are already inhabited, because those would be the ones that would fit human life.
Well, I mean, we got that Macross 7, Macross Dynamite 7.
Yeah. And then not everybody's going to be happy with that.
I don't exactly appreciate that we expressed that Hayate is not very good at this. Oh, I almost used that for the mid-episode, the background animation when we were discussing stuff.
Yeah.
We've expressed that Hayate isn't very good at this, and now suddenly he's really good at this.
Well, I think the problem is not that he's not very good at flying. He's very good at maneuvering. It's just that he's not very good at combat.
He literally turned off the AI and went into a tailspin that he couldn't pull away from. They've expressed he's not good at flying.
He's been good before.
No, he was good at the Batroid before. They expressed he was not good at in the air. Because remember, he also had to be saved by Mirage the first time he tried flying.
お前の歌聞きながら飛んでるとなんかいい感じなんだよな。え？歌えよ。お前歌った方がいい。
はやて。そうやね。私ワルキューレに残る。何が正しいんかまだようわからんけど。でも歌声で銀河に元気を。
Well, maybe deal with this cluster first.
Yeah.
ハヤテインミルマン注意。貴様の行動は大気に違反する。速やかに祈祷せよ。従わない場合は反乱とみなし撃墜する。
撃墜？
家庭こと言うなよ。少しくらい。マジか、ロックオンしやがった。
You stole a fighter craft and just went off with it.
何をしているミラージュ少尉。
Sorry, I really had to hold back from you stole fizzy lifting drinks.
俺に知られる前に止めようとでも思ったか。甘いな。
申し訳ありませんでした。
なんだよ。説教なら俺にしろよ。
論外だ。説教する価値もない。
Damn.
ハヤテは私のために。
プレイヤービヨン。今日の件は要さんに報告させてもらう。
Do it then. I don't report to you. I'm a completely different division of this unit.
お前が悪い。お前のような人間はタイには
Also only a passenger.
戦争が始まったんだ。勝手な行動は許されない。それが不服なら出ていけ。
I want to point out I am being a smartass about what everything Messer is saying, but Messer is 100% in the right. So
Yes, I agree.
決めた。俺はデルタ小隊に
I'm
残
gonna
る。
kick that guy's ass.
戦
Just
争
a
してる
bit
から自由に飛べ
I
ない
mean, that's what seems like his motivation
戦
is.
争を終わらせてやる。戦争を終わらせて自由な空をこの手で掴み取ってやる。
Based on what?
大口はまともに飛べるようになってから叩くんだな。
See? He's not good
Yeah,
at
he
it.
has a point.
He just suddenly got good for that one moment. I guess he's only good when she's singing.
Mm-hmm. He's more properly motivated, yeah.
I don't know if it's that or just like something element of her singing that gives him skill.
Well, remember, he was very good handling the work droid when the song
I just said that. He's good at dancing at a Battleroid, which is not the same thing. Aerodynamics and whatever the controls, like, these are completely different machines made for completely different tasks. Like, the element where you said, oh, it gives him motivation. Fuck that. What does motivation help you if you're not skilled or trained in the thing, right? Like, when they tried testing small prop plane pilots on if you could take over if a airliner had a midair problem, and most of them couldn't even operate the fucking chair, I'm pretty sure you're motivated. It has nothing to do with skill or ability.
Cool.
So it has to be something else. Either that or they're just as fucking dumb as the sentence that preceded it. And I want to think that they're smarter than that, because I don't want...
You don't want what?
Negative quality that the comment section would hate. I'm not going to finish the sentence.
Okay.
Well, no, it'd be a thing about wanting to watch a show where the premise doesn't fit what it's trying to put out there. But I'm not going to say that, because my whole premise of the show is fun. Is why... Who is she related to?
I think she's part of the royal family.
They don't mention. I was just saying before, like, when I put down my notes about the opening, and I put down the element that they hid the queen. Like, well, I still call them the queen because I thought they were a queen. They were in, like, the royal jewels, and my entire lifespan, it's been the Queen of England, not the King of England. So it's what I think of when I think of the royal jewels. When they blacked that out, and I wrote down my whole thought about why they blacked it out. Why would they black it out? Well, it must be somebody that we would know. Otherwise, there'd be no point in hiding their face.
Yeah.
And then they just showed it to us 30 seconds later. That's like, why would they just fucking show it to us if they hid it? So I was just saying, my guess back then was that, maybe Freya is the queen. And that's what my guess was, until, again, they just fucking showed it to us 30 seconds after that in the opening.
It might well be that, this is what happens in also wars of independence, are also wars of, especially if you're dealing with imperialism and colonialism. There might be an element of people who, maybe the old royal family, welcomed the new United Nations when they arrived. Like, oh, hey, you're welcome, whatever. And that's where...
Oh, so you're saying that Heinz is a Vichy?
No, not Heinz. Freya, in many ways, is a Vichy.
Oh, right. Sorry, I forgot the Vichy was the government that embraced the Nazis.
Okay, so Nunzia arrives like, okay, so we have similarities. We have trade from outside, blah, blah, blah. You come in. Something happens that a faction of the Windermere's go like, screw this. We don't want these assholes in our planet. Get the fuck out, right? And if the royal family, the past royal family, is not to their liking, they just install a new royal family.
I don't think that's the case, though. Based on this episode, because this episode's the one, or for the last episode, the one where we saw the old king, which seems to indicate that he was the reigning king and not some.
Yeah, remember they have very short lives too, so.
Yeah, but he looks old. Like, 30, he doesn't look
40 something.
No, he doesn't look like 50s. He looks 50s to 60s. He does not look unless they physically age the same way. Very and quickly. not like the R30 is like they're 90, like they physically age. And I don't know. But just the element that it seems to like indicate that he isn't like new royalty, that he is existing royalty.
He could have been a part of the nobility, could have been an uncle or something like that, right?
Yeah, I don't know. There's just the element that I feel like shows like this need to establish stuff. And,
true.
And when you're going to establish it, showing us like the old king for the first time is the time where you would express that sort of thing. Just a couple of lines is all that's required to establish, that you're either the usurper or you are the old dynasty.
Well, here's the thing, though. When it's very interesting when when she sees the prime minister, she says, "His Majesty."
Well, yeah, because he'd have to be, right? He's essentially Castilian. He's essentially because
but
the old king is infirm and unable to rule. The prince is too young, so this guy is essentially as prime minister ruling. He's ruling until the prince is able.
You wouldn't call him His Majesty, call him the prime minister, Castilian, whatever.
Well,
you call
also
him
remember Nisama. He's related.
Mm-hmm.
He said I indicated
that was
when he
another
said
guy. No, actually,
no.
Nisama
Royd is the one they said Nisama to.
No, it was somebody else.
No, that was Royd.
No,
that was Royd. You're gonna have to go back and check because I'm 100% sure he said that because I've been keeping. Remember, I'm the one who's on the board keeping track of what everyone looks like. So
I think it was somebody else.
I do not think that.
Yeah,
as indicated by the 3 times where I just kept saying no.
Actually, he was there, and then someone else came in, and then someone else was like, "Oh, Nisama."
You're talking about White Knight. Which is now, you're right. No, I'm sorry. I'm going to have to back up. You are right. That was White Knight because that's what's in my head now. So, yeah. So I think she wasn't referring to Royd.
But Royd was the one on screen on the holographic smoke thing that they created.
Yeah, I don't know. Something about this is making me think you're wrong.
Or it could be a bad translation of Sama, for example, if they use Sama to mean.
I'm gonna have to hold off on any commentary about this until I go back and do note taking because something seems wrong about what you're saying, and obviously I've already guessed one thing that was wrong, and then I had to backtrack because I was wrong about that. So it's not an element of me not being able to admit that you're right. It's just I think something is wrong here, and it's not fitting because. We've already covered White Knight is related to. By the way, I had his name up on the board because they've already name dropped Keith, something like Keith or something like that.
Yeah,
is the one who's related to the prince because they covered that with the Nisama thing.
Yeah.
So I don't know who she'd be referring to. Like I thought I might have had something there with the whole Castilian angle, but you've indicated that's not who they were referring to when I was talking about the relationship to the prince. Also, why is he the prince if there's an older related sibling? I mean, he would still be a prince, but it seems like he's the ruling prince and not the active one.
It could well be tied to the power that the younger prince has, the wing singer thing. That's how they like their.
I don't think you'd want to do that, considering it seems like he's eating his life away by doing it. You wouldn't want the one sitting on the throne being the one who's actively killing themselves to do a thing, especially when you have a seemingly. I want to say.
Well, I guess.
Maybe
the original wing singers were not supposed to use bars to conquer people. That was not the original aspect of them. Right?
I don't think that matters. Again, you're bringing it from the aspect that he has an ability, which is why he is the one with authority. But the idea being that you wouldn't want the one who's going to kill themselves prematurely with an ability, especially because regardless of what things used to be, you know how you're actively using him, and the fact that it's causing him to be bedridden because of it constantly. The same thing that you're currently not using your king for because he is bedridden, whereas you have a viable progeny
remember this. I'm sorry to interrupt, but remember that Royd is actually investigating stuff about ruins and all these books. Maybe what he's looking for is a way to extend the prince's life.
I don't know. The idea that it could be anything. Literally, we could go back in time and prevent the nuns from ever coming here to begin with. The element that we've thrown out, it was a temple of time. Could be any fucking thing. Like, literally, it could be a temple of history, and it's full of records, and time is just a really weird way to say it. Like, I don't remember what the burial place from the Macross Frontier short film was.
But it was some kind of holographic projection place or something.
Well, no. I mean, I know what it did. I don't know what it was called. Because it was for like a funeral ground. It was all around it, and ultimately, it showed the projection of where a person was in the galaxy, technically in the universe, because it was outside of the galaxy. So it expresses that. I don't know if it was trying to set up for a thing ahead of time, but it expresses that these places have powers and abilities that they can be activated.
Yeah.
So that a temple of time could do a thing.
They want to find them all so they can activate them all at once and do the thing across the cluster or galaxy?
Well, the element, I'm assuming this is going to come into play, but the element that there's some sort of like ceiling fold thing around the cluster probably is going to be some sort of proto-culture thing for some reason. Yeah. So they're going to be able to isolate themselves from the galaxy at large.
Yeah.
In which case, there's going to be one Macross ship here, the Elysium.
Yeah. Oh, and also, well, no, I think that they said that the thing was protecting Windermere itself. That
No,
they needed
said
special.
They said the cluster, and the cluster encompasses all the plants around.
No. But when they were doing the graphic, it's like, oh, Windermere has this whole thing around it, and they need to use.
No. There was the sphere around Windermere and Ragna, was the only two plants we see there, but apparently that's a whole different
that's
system.
A cluster.
Yeah,
that's a whole cluster.
That's what I'm saying. Is that we see the sphere around the whole cluster.
Yeah, but when they were talking about the fold effect, specific fold effect, where they're saying, oh, by the way, the knights need special fighters, special to pierce for that. They were talking about Windermere itself. They were not talking about the entire cluster.
Again, there's going to be a thing we're going to come back with the notes on then, because I don't.
Yeah.
Could be just an element of what I read versus what was visualized, and I just interpreted it a different way, but I don't think I'm wrong. So that's just an element of going to have to rewatch, put it down in the notes, and then we'll come back and see.
So yeah, that was this episode. I'm like, it took a tumble with the episode about the test and all that, but it seems to be getting, crawling back into the whole aspect with the Windermereans is very interesting. The other side with the Valkyries, not so much, except for stuff around.
It's fun. The Valkyrie stuff is fun, and the Windermere stuff is mystery, which is stuff I like. And they're not doing the slow peppering of Macross 7 of what's the mystery. Here's a little bit more stuff. They're like, what I said one episode. Okay, here's this thing. Next episode, here's answers to that thing. So they're paying off pretty quickly.
I mean, they only have 26 episodes as well, so they,
Yeah, but I mean, Macross 7 didn't pay off a lot of its shit, like across a whole season, versus this is the question I ask, the question answered. Whereas Macross 7 was question I asked, question I asked, question I asked, question I asked. Here's a question you asked 5 episodes ago with an answer, sort of, if you interpret it that way. Question I asked, question I asked. So, I appreciate getting something out of it.
I think that's my cue to thank you for coming, everybody. We're being Stoneface Reactions, and we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.
Hey everybody, thanks for watching another Stoneface Reactions. If you have an idea of another video we could go ahead and watch, go ahead and put it in the comments down below and we'll add it to the wheel. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and let us know what you thought about this video, what parts you liked. And until then, we'll see you next time. Is this too goofy?